Stephanie says, my last complaint, my last session, I got a complaint about how I've been asking the players to recap what happened. Okay, I do that literally every game session. I ask my players to recap. Am I really in the wrong by asking them to recap instead of myself? No. But why? So like, I would be interested in Stephanie in knowing why they have an issue with them providing a recap. Like, what's the complaint? What's the basis of the complaint? Like, why is it a problem for the players to provide a recap of what happened last game session? Do you guys not remember? Are you not paying attention? Are you why is it a problem? You know, that I would be super interested, Stephanie, to know why they have a problem with a recap. If you want to throw that in there, and then a moderator, make sure that gets in this, because I'm the storyteller. You're not a storyteller. You need to beat them over the head with a book or something. Put spikes on it. Make it that is so wrong. That premise right there is absolutely wrong. You're not the storyteller. Dungeon masters are not storytellers. Okay, the dungeon master's job is not to tell the story. If the dungeon master's job is to tell a story, they need to go write books and publish them. Storytellers write books and then people write them. The dungeon master's job is not to tell a story. It is to create a situation, such as an adventure, a mission, or whatever, that the players will then interact with. And who knows what'll happen? They do X, Y, Z, who knows what's gonna happen? And then, based on their actions in response to the situation you create, a story happens. But the players have just as much influence, if not more, into creating that story than the DM does. The DM just gets that little bit of a spark of a fire going, and the players come along, and they're the ones that create that massive bonfire that's a story. So I challenge the premise of that, and I would go right back at them and be like, no, that's not true. I'm not the storyteller. We are all collectively deciding what the story is, and you guys all actually have more a hand in creating that story than I ever do. The day that I am a storyteller and I'm creating the story, the whole game is a railroad. Your actions and your decisions have no consequences on anything, and I'm writing a book. So we need to just dismiss that notion right away. Dungeon masters are not storytellers. We are not. That's not what we do. That's not our job description. So I would reject that outright. And I would, and that even if it were true that the dungeon master is the storyteller and not the players, that's not even a logical argument for why they can't do a recap. It's not even logical. Like, who cares? Why does that mean you can't do a recap? It's not even a logical argument. I would have a field day. I would have a field day on that excuse for not doing a recap. Story organizers, I mean, I would go with story organizer is reasonable. You are the one that is facilitating the environment in which a story results. I can go with that, but not the teller. You're not the teller. The rant count equals 1. You got to increment the rant count.